How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles coming at you with another video. Today we are doing an overview of the older Dragon Ball figures that I had when I was a kid, because I have the SH Figuarts Goku and Vegeta coming, which I've been waiting a long time to grab those. I was just like very hesitant to get them. I was like, I got rid of all my old Dragon Ball stuff. So you can see there's a Goku skateboard deck behind me. But yeah, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. I watched a lot of Toonami, so I wanted to talk about these figures before I had something that completely blows all of them out of the water and they're just kind of redundant and I have to like fill in the gaps with the SH Figuarts, which is what I was dreading, really, because I know they're better. But yeah, today we're going to take a look at the Irwin, Jax, and Bandai toys for Dragon Ball Z from my childhood up until now. So let's talk about them. You know, when I was growing up, I was one of those kids that always had to have a figure of what I was watching when I was watching it. So like if it was like Lord of the Rings or Dragon Ball or whatever, Power Rangers, Spider-Man, X-Men, I always wanted to have a figure with me. And it was no different with Dragon Ball Z, because I watched a lot of Toonami, of course, because I'm a millennial. And over the years, few companies have held the license and produced toys for Dragon Ball, and it's always stuck out to me as a child when I was picking up toys, especially when they changed from one to the other. I was like, yo, these are different. Let me see who made these. Oh, they're different. And the name's always stuck with me. So yeah, we're going to talk about like the earlier ones all the way up to what we're getting today as far as regular retail lines, because I am getting some SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z figures finally. It's been something that's been on my list. Haven't really prioritized it because they're kind of pricey for some of them, but I got a good deal, I think, on a couple, so those are coming soon. So I wanted to deep dive into the ones that I had when I was a kid. So let's start off with the Irwin era of Dragon Ball toys, which I only have a few of at this point anymore. I used to have a bunch more, but as I've downsized, I got rid of older stuff. So yeah, let's talk about the Irwin Dragon Ball toys. For the Irwin Toys era, and I do think that these figures represent it pretty well because it has a lot of the trademarks of this time of Dragon Ball toys as far as American toys for Dragon Ball go. You know, we have Goten, Trunks, and Gotenks, which is their fused form, and the Irwin toys were not very articulated, mostly 5 points. They do have some hinges there at the shoulders, but they were very nicely painted. They had some washes, detailed, outlined. As you can see, we've got the outlines on their face and their eyebrows and their hair and all that stuff, and the paint was really high quality. It doesn't chip very easily, except for Gotenk's arms there, which I didn't match quite well, but you can see I kind of painted a little bit. But you know, even as a kid, I was trying to fix my figures when I messed them up because I like to keep them nice. But the Irwin Toys era, it was nice. They just weren't very articulated. I used to have a bunch more. I had a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I had some Vegetas. I had a couple figures made by them. But you know, as time went on, another company got the license and these kind of got phased out. They did reuse some of the molds and update some of the molds, but as far as when Irwin handed the license over to Jax, the figures got a little bit different. Like they got more articulated, less paint details, but still painted nicely, just painted differently. And yeah, the Irwin Toys era, it was good. It was just very extreme as far as the paint goes. Like the paint was nice, but it's very outlined, and I just think they were trying to make it like cartoony and anime like, which they did, especially the sculpts. Some of these sculpts are nice, like that Goten is a little off, and I think the Trunks is a little off as well. Trunks is okay. He's just a little cross-eyed there with the paint, but that Gotenks really shines. He's got a good sculpt on there, and he's got his abs and all that stuff. So yeah, that was the Irwin Toys era of Dragon Ball Z figures in the I guess it was the early 2000s. Yeah, on the back of Trunks it says O2 right there at the front. I don't know if you can see that, and Irwin. But yeah, you know, they still scale pretty well with other stuff, so if you didn't want to invest in that and you want to go Goten and Trunks, like they'll probably sit next to SH Figuarts one just because they're small and short. They work pretty well. They still hold up. So yeah, let's move on to the Jax era of Dragon Ball toys. So when Jax took over, the line got slightly more articulated. And, you know, the sculpts got a little bit softer, I would say, as far as the faces go and all that stuff. We got more articulation, so you could do more posing. And we got accessories like power effects and all that stuff, which was nice. I don't know which one included the Dragon Balls with it. Actually, let me find those. I'm pretty sure it was Jax that started including this stuff, because I had a lot of Jax Dragon Ball figures. But they came with some Dragon Balls and some rocks that you could break open. And so yeah, when Jax took over, you know, a lot of accessories, better articulation. Like I said, they lost some of the sculpt, but the paint was really nice. Like on this Goku, you can see he's got different colors of orange. That's the end of Majin Buu Saga Goku. I think that's a Cell Saga Vegeta, and that's the legendary Super Saiyan Goku. And, you know, they added articulation. You know, we had articulation at the elbows, at the shoulders, waist, legs came up. We had joints at the knees, even down there on the rockers, and the head was on a ball peg. So, you know, it was an improvement. It was an upgrade. They all fell over. But, you know, they were a step up in some ways and a step back in others. Like that sculpt is really soft on both of these Gokus. Like it's not a very good anime sculpt in my opinion. But, you know, I liked having them able to pose and act out the stuff in the show. Used to have a lot more of them. But I do have a whole set of Dragon Balls. Like I said, they had a bunch of accessories. But there's all 7. I'll stick them somewhere up on my diorama. And yeah, Bandai took over at some point. I'm not sure when. But I distinctly remember when Irwin and Jax like took over. I don't know if it was a merger or what happened. But I was one of those kids that was on message boards looking at new figures all the time, even back then. So yeah, I was like, oh look, new Dragon Ball, look at the articulation, look at all that stuff. So I was excited. So yeah, let's move on to the Bandai era, which is, I guess, the current era up into, getting kind of fuzzy, you know, SH Figuarts, which I don't have in my hands yet. But by the time this video goes up, I'll have them already. So, you know, I just wanted to show you guys these from my childhood and dive into it. First off, for Bandai, we're going to start with the Dragon Ball Evolved figures because I feel like they're the closest comparatively to those older figures that we got, except with much better articulation. And this is Bandai's like $10 wave, which is, like I said, probably close to what those figures were back in the day on the other ones. But we of course have Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta and Goku with the shiny blue hair. And as you can see, they do have some pretty good articulation. It's not the best, and they do come apart really easily because I believe you're supposed to like be able to mix and match pieces of them and make whoever you want to make, whatever Saiyan you want to make, or whatever character. But you know, it's a good entry point for someone who's like, I don't want to spend too much on SH Figuarts. You can see they got butterfly joints and they've got single joints, but they move pretty well. This Goku, see, like they just come apart a little bit. But his leg joint is stuck. It won't move up. It's supposed to move up because Vegeta's does, but he won't kick upwards for whatever reason. But other than that, you know, these are really decent for articulation. And I've even seen people swap some of the heads from some of these figures for SH Figuarts 1 just because they kind of fit in scale. They're a little bit smaller. But, you know, these like 5-inch and SH Figuarts is like 6-inch. But there's like a Teen Gohan body that works with the Teen Gohan head from Evolve. But yeah, these are really cool figures for being so cheap, for being $10. You know, you can't go wrong for that if you just want a cool little pocket figure, but they do fall apart, like, so be careful of that. Just be wary. But yeah, we did have those from Bandai, and then they also have their Dragon Stars. So Bandai has these $20 Dragon Stars figures, and they're like 7-inch scaled SH Figuarts minus a bunch of articulation, and they're also kind of fall aparty too. I don't think they're the greatest. I only have a couple. I do have Gogeta and Vegeta as well because I was like, oh, I didn't know nothing about scale or lines and all that stuff when I started picking up figures. I was just like, oh look, Broly from Dragon Ball Super. Oh look, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, my favorite form of Goku. And the sculpt is good. This Broly I think will scale with my SH Figuarts, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than getting that SH Figuarts Broly that they have. But I think he'll scale with the Goku and Vegeta that I have coming, which is really cool. And like I said, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is probably my favorite version of Goku. That being said, there's a, you know, you can debate about which of his Super Saiyan forms is strongest, but at the base level, we all know that Super Saiyan 3, him powering up, could just like destroy the planet, so that's pretty scary. But I think it looks pretty cool with the long hair and the brow disappearing and all that stuff. And then of course Broly's a cool character. I'm glad they brought him into canon with the Super movie and all that stuff, and the show of course as well. So yeah, don't have the SH Figuarts yet, but I am super excited to get my hands on the Goku and Vegeta that I have coming. And yeah, that was a little quick look at all the various lines of Dragon Ball Z figures that we've had over the years as far as like basic figures go. The video was totally worth watching. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed. And then of course if you want to see videos like this one early, check out my Patreon for $1 a month. You get all those videos early. Always, I love you. I will see you next time, and bye-bye. Mwah.